Hi, I'm Cornel Driessen. I'm a physical therapist by trade, but I've been in golf performance therapy and strength and conditioning for the last 8 years. What happened is I've always worked in high performance sports and worked with athletes, and my clinic down in Stellenbosch in South Africa was a very good training ground for northern hemisphere athletes. So some of those Olympic athletes who I treated and worked with, their coaches knew some of the golfers. They started coming around to the clinic, and I got invited out on tour after that. This type of therapy I'm doing is a combination between therapeutic intervention, trying to prevent injuries and reduce the risk of injuries through screening, movement screens, going through all the joints, seeing what range of movement there is, seeing what stability there is, balancing the segments, and that part is movement patterns and strength and conditioning. So it's a combination of both. The same things you do to an athlete's body to reduce his risk of injury is also the things that enhances their performance, especially in golf. It's all about being consistent, isn't it? One thing with Henrik is that we needed to hold back on the athletic strength training because he gained that so quickly, and then the core stability would easily lag behind. So this year we maintained some of the athletic strength that we built up and the balance we built up in these different segments in his body, but we really had to work hard on keeping the core not to lag behind. A very important thing was recovery for these athletes. He's had such a busy year last year. He didn't really have a rest or an off season, so we couldn't do any base building. So this year's approach to his schedule and how we worked off tour and on tour is completely different than the previous year. We had to do with what we can with what we had. Oh yes, periodization is critical. And any strength and conditioning in sports is always very specific. I break the year down into different periods, quarters, where we want to see how we're going to build a base for this, how we're going to stabilize or maintain the base we built, and how we're going to allow the body to peak at the right times. And then you can only make the body peak a certain amount of times before it needs to rest. It's like a vineyard. It needs the off-season, it needs the cold, so it can bear better fruit the next year. And you break it down even to simple segments, but then months, weeks, tournaments, and even days. Your next day's preparation starts with the previous night's sleep. Sleeping patterns, nutrition, all of those are really important. Well, number one, hydration, but not just taking in fluids, but also electrolyte replacement. When you eat good foods from natural, good, healthy food sources, your body does get the electrolytes from those sources. But when you're in a climate like this, you sweat such a lot in such a short period of time that you can't replenish that just with drinking normal water and food. So you'll have to take a electrolyte replacement formula, something natural for the weekend warrior golfers is a great salt, the emeline crystal salts. It's got a great combination and makeup of all the right minerals. So you can add 1 or 2 of those teaspoons per drink of your water, and that helps.